gonna show us how to line dance?
Yeah.
All right.
Come on, Miss Shirley.
Girl, y'all call Miss Shirley, the one who be popping that little hip out of place, who got her boots on the ground, apparently. Why are they saying that this little girl be on tour? That actual people book her to come to their venue or events or whatever and pop that little hip? Are you telling me she's being booked to pop that hip? This little girl who don't have a song, ain't made a beat, we ain't never even heard her speak, is being booked. It's not like she invented the dance. It's not like she going on tour with the artist of the song so that he can help promote the song. She just being booked so people can just, grown people at that, could just stand there and watch her and smile and record. Then on top of that, they say this girl is basically doing meet and greets. I guess like after the show, you could like hold her or take a picture with her or something like that. Random grown people who do not know this child from a can of paint is paying a venue to first come and see her pop that little hip. Then, let me be clear. The reason I keep saying pop that hip and not perform is because she's not performing. She don't have a a choreographed dance. She don't have nothing more than that 1-2 step in that hip hop, as far as I've seen on the internet. So I'm not going to say perform because she's not performing. But yeah, so these people pay to see her, and then they wait after so that they can pick her up, hold her in their arms, and take a picture with her or look at her and say, "Hey, I saw you on the internet." What a mama! What
the hell going on with Lil Shirley? No, I ain't gonna call her Miss Shirley because she's a baby. She's a kid. She's a child. The red dress video, like, I want to know, what is the mama trying to do? Is the mama trying to pimp her out? Who's the mama? What the mama is for Lil Shirley? Because this right here is getting ridiculous. I just seen a video with Lil Shirley in a red dress. Johnny Gill playing in the background. Y'all know the 80s, 90s, Johnny Gill. Playing in the background, talking about the red dress, put on your high heels. Here she is trying to put her foot in her mama high heels. And then she got the nerve to be trying to put on lipstick. Or I don't care if it's lip gloss, I don't care. Then put the little baby on the wig. Yeah, the little baby in the red grown folk dress with the wig on. Like, is the mama trying to pimp a dog? Like, what are you doing? You know how many weirdos out here? They're snatching kids' pictures and stuff and videos offline, and ain't no telling what they're doing to them. And you gonna continue to promote this for likes and views? Your kid, your baby?
The internet is split over what we just watched. Some people are praising it and saying she's confident, talented, and just having fun. But others, and I'm standing with them, are saying this is not okay. This child is being coached, groomed, and paraded for an adult audience. And the adults around her are cheering instead of correcting. You don't dance like that at 4 years old unless someone shows you how to do that. You don't perform like that unless someone is directing the performance. And what's even more scary is the grown men watching, clapping, posting, reposting. That is not protection. That's exploitation. And I blame the parents for this. Let me be clear. This isn't about attacking a child. This is about holding a mirror up to the culture that is pushing children into the fire and calling it empowerment. If we don't say anything now, when will we? Let's take this to the Word of God. In 2 Kings 1, we meet King Ahaziah. He was the son of Ahab and Jezebel, two rulers who lived in rebellion against God. And when Ahaziah got injured, he didn't cry out to the Lord. He sent messengers to Beelzebub, the god of Ekron, a false god. Why? Because that's what was modeled for him. That's what was normalized in his house. His parents trained him not in righteousness, but in rebellion. And when his life was on the line, he reached for what he had been trained to trust. He reached for idolatry. Now listen, Proverbs 22:6 says, "Train up your child in the way that he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it." But that works both ways. If you train a child in vanity, in performance, in pride and platforms, don't be shocked when they grow up chasing applause instead of truth. Some of these kids aren't just going viral. They're being discipled by a screen and monetized by their own parents. And just like Ahaziah, they're being handed dysfunction and expected to thrive. But what you train is what they'll trust. How you train them so they will grow. Let's go deeper. Because what we're watching today is a modern version of an ancient evil. In 2 Kings 21:6, it says, King Manasseh made his son pass through the fire. He sacrificed his own child to false gods, believing it would bring success, protection, prosperity. In Jeremiah 7:31, God said, "They have burned their sons and daughters in the fire, something I never commanded, nor did it even enter my mind." That was then, but today, the fire isn't bronze. It's digital. It's wrapped in a phone screen. It's dressed in likes and follows and bookings and viral soundtracks. And the offering isn't a burnt sacrifice. It's the child's purity, their identity, their destiny. Children are being trained not in holiness, but in sensuality. They're being taught to entertain before they're taught to fear God. And we're calling it culture. We're calling it cute. But heaven is calling it what it is, sacrifice. This isn't just a performance. It's a child on an altar. And the world is dancing around the flames. I would say some, because others are here crying out and saying, hey, this should stop, like we just saw in the video, right? Where are the parents? Where are the grandparents? Why is nobody listening? So here's the question. Are you training your children in the way God instructed? Or are you training them in your own fleshy way? You weren't called to raise a child to chase platforms before they know purpose. Yes, your child may have gifts. Yes, God may have placed talent in their hands. But those gifts were meant to glorify Him, not to be sold to the highest bidder. You weren't called to exploit what God gave them. You were called to steward it in righteousness, in covering, and in truth. There's a difference between nurturing a calling and feeding a culture that devours children for profit. And what you celebrate, they'll chase. What you normalize, they'll reproduce. So again, I ask, are you raising your child in God's way or in the way of your own fleshy image? Train them well, because eternity is watching. And to all parents out there who see their kids as a come up, put them on social media platform so they can get likes and they can get monetized and whatever else, that's on you. God is watching. You're going to have to answer for what you did for exploiting your child for your own gain. What is a man to gain the world and lose his soul? You don't even care about your own child's soul. Can you imagine that? The word said to love your neighbors as you love yourself. A lot of these parents out there, they don't even love themselves. That's why they can do these things to their kids and not feel anything. And when others stand up, they lash out. And then you put your kids on the media to say, we don't care, haters, and all these things like you have this little girl doing. It's a shame. And we must change. Things must change. It takes a community, a village to raise a child. And the village is shouting out right now, this behavior is not okay. With this little girl and others out there, it is not okay to exploit your kids. That's all I have for this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, share, comment, subscribe. Until the next one. Bye.